Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This video I'm making just to discuss TM351 TMA. Here I'm going to discuss like how you can open this file through the notebook application and what softwares you need here and how you can solve the questions in this TMA. This TMA consists of 5 questions that you need to do some analysis in these questions and answer the parts of every question. To start first, you need to download the TMA from your LMS, which is in a notebook file, and then you have to open this using Jupyter. You can work with the Jupyter directly. You can install the Jupyter and open this file from the location in the Jupyter, or the other method is that you can install Anaconda, and from Anaconda you can run the Jupyter and you can go ahead. Fine, so I have downloaded this file and opened this using Jupyter. This file, as you can see on the screen, fine, there is some guidelines over here for you about the work, what you do about the TMA, and where you can search for your solving the questions. Submission of your TMA, 2 files you need to submit. One, a zip or a RAR file that contains the solved course notebooks you are able to complete, which is most of it in question number 2. And the second is a zip file consisting of these notebooks and any required data set to work or to run the notebooks. Okay, so you are going to submit your TMA to the LMS before the cutoff date, and your tutor is, or the BCC is going to create the links for this for you. There is some instruction on plagiarism, like you have to take care of that. Okay, and fine, so let's move to the question number 1 here. Question number 1, it's about analysis and answering the question. So there is something over here, this link, the publications from the UK legislation about the data and the privacy of the data. Okay, so here you have to click on this link. Okay, read about what is given over here. So there is some legislations and some information is given on this link, so you can easily click on this link and get to know about the new legislations. Okay, browse legislations, new legislation, changes to the legislation and all. So you can read this one and answer these questions. What are, in your opinion, the main matters provided in the Act? List 4 of them. What is meant by the data protection principles according to the new General Data Protection Regulatory, that is, what is data minimization, accuracy, security, accountability. Similarly, the next question you have that according to the new General Protection Principles, explain what circumstances do individual have the right to have personal information erased. List 4 circumstances and so on. Okay. Again, here you also need to compare the Protection Act of your local country, for example of Saudi Arabia, with the UK data protection. That you need to make comparison and you need to answer these 2 questions. Okay. Of course, you need to provide the references over here in an Harvard style, including the text and the links and all what you are accessing to solve this question. This is about question number 1. Moving ahead, you need to answer this question number 1 in this cell. Okay. Moving ahead, question number 2. This is the main concern by most of the students here, how to solve this question. Simply, it's very simple that in the LMS you have these notebooks. Notebook 1, Notebook 2, and Notebook 3 and all. You can go to the LMS and you can download them from them. I have some of them downloaded over here. So I have downloaded and I have it unzipped all of this. Okay, and I did put this in an Anaconda folder, in the Anaconda folder where I have the Anaconda installed and I'm running Jupyter through Anaconda. So this is okay. So here I have listed all these. I have unzipped all these notebooks. Fine. From this, you're not going to work on all of these notebooks, but we'll go and check from where we work is on these listed notebooks. Fine. Okay. To work with some of these notebooks, you need to download Postgresql. So you can simply go to the Postgresql and you can just download it from this website, Postgresql website for Windows. Okay, it should go to the downloads, and you have for Windows over here. Yeah, for Windows, and you can download from here, graphical interface, and you can install the Postgresql. Fine, that will work with you. Just download it and install it. Now after installing this one, the next thing is you work on these notebooks. Okay, for example, let's say I'll open this 2.1 notebook. Okay, so here is 2.1 notebook. I run this one, so I have some, it is done. When it is marked number 1, it is done. And then I have the output for this, and this one I have the output of this. So you're gonna run all these cells one after the other. Fine. So you go on running all these cells, the data series of the pandas and their outputs. So what you are doing is, like, here you're gonna understand like what is going on, the code is executing, what is this code and what is the output of this code, how it is running. Fine. So I'm running here. There's some exercises here. Question is over here. It is an exercise. You do the exercise. Sample solution is also here. You can do the sample solution also and do all these exercises. Okay, one after the other. Filtering the series, how the filtering take place is given here. Aligning data in series is executed here. Adding various combinations over here. Okay, data frames, it comes to data frames here. Okay, fine, we have to run this one first, and then we execute this and this one. So you have to execute one after the other until you complete this file. Okay, so once you complete this file, all you have to do is that you have to save this file, save at the checkpoint. Okay, let's say for example I do the last one. Okay, there's some error because I need to complete the previous one to run the last one perfectly. Okay, so once you make it, you save this. Okay, so once I save this, it is saved for me. Now I can see that 2.1 data frame is saved for me. Okay, it is 2.1. So 2.1 I have here, this one. So it is saved for me. Now I can take this into my TMA file. So this is what after executing it is saved. Okay, fine. So this is like you have to do for all the uh, the notebooks. Fine, what is listed here. Some notebooks needs to connect with the Postgresql and so on. So for that, what you have to do is like let me connect to you. For example, okay, let me take you to an account 3. Yeah, over here 3.2. Yeah, so here for example, you're doing some SQL things. Yeah, not here. No, I think it's better like we select another one. Yeah, let's just check this one. Yeah, over here for example, this is 3.3. When you execute this 3.3, it will ask you the over here. Okay, it is given in the notebook as username, and after the colon it is given as password. Okay, so if you run this one, you may not get the connection to the PostgreSQL. Okay, there is some fatal error. Okay, so what's the username and password for this Postgre is Postgres, okay, RES, and the database name is Postgres, and the local host is given, and password is nothing, so don't put any password. Fine. After this you can run and see it will connect to the Postgre database, and we have the database called Postgres. Okay, so there you can start working on these queries. Okay, so wherever you see that in any notebook you see some connection is required to the database, I mean to the Postgres, you have to change their username. The username is given here as Postgres, and the password is nothing. So this is the default username and default database, and the password is nothing. So you work with this one. Okay, apart from this, you can run all other notebooks. Okay, this is what some of the students asked me, that we cannot execute these notebooks. Okay, so this is what you have from question number 2, and after this you save all the notebooks after executing, and you have to submit all the notebooks fine in a zip file. Okay, along with the any data sets required, along with the folders what is required for that. Fine. Now let us quickly move to the question number 3 of this TMA. As you can see here, question number 3, that this is also referring to the analysis part, data and its analysis part, which is in part number 1. Okay, so you can get some idea about to solve this question through part number 1. So what you have to do here is that you need to click on this link and download a file, which is a CSV file. Okay, so here it is, download. So you can download the CSV file. Once you download this CSV file, okay, you get a CSV file by this name as yeah, I can show you over here. Yeah, so crime data 2010 to present. So this is the CSV file. What you get, comma separated value. Okay, so you can put that in a TMA folder and open through the notebook. Okay, so there you have to do what you have to do is that you need to write some code. Okay, just to read the CSV file and display it. Okay, and analyze it. Fine. So what the code you have to write, you can see in the notebook 2.1. In the notebook 2.1, you can see how to read the CSV file. There is a function called read CSV. Okay, so first you need to import pandas, and then you can read the CSV by using the function read CSV. That will read the file. You have to give the file name, so that will read the file. Okay, so once you read the file and you solve these questions, like you examine the site and the data it provides, and this is just to examine the site, this website, okay, and the data it provides. Sorry, this website and what data it provides, okay, and its metadata and all about it, and answer these questions. Okay, give a score of 1 to 10 for these. Its origin, how much? For example, 5. What's the reason for giving 5 to its origin? Documentation, for example, 7. What's the reason? So you have to put it in a form of table, for example, and then you have to do similarly solve the question, part B of this, giving the score 1 to 10 and giving the reason for your score for these attributes of the data: accuracy, validity on this CSV data. Okay, that's the question number 3. So you have to download the CSV file and read it through pandas and work on it. Question number 4 is, again, there are 2 files, you need to read it. Okay, download it, sorry, which contains data on property foreclosure and also demographic data in city Los Angeles. Okay, so this is techniques to solve this is given in part 2. Fine. So, and this question also, you are gonna download these one. Okay, this basically you can get the idea how to solve this from part 2 to part 5. Okay, also you can look into the notebook 2 to notebook 5. Okay, I see you can take the help from notebook 2 and notebook 4 to solve these questions. Okay, so there is a set of questions. Capture the data set from these 2 sides and display that. Okay, display the data. You place each data set in pandas data frame. Display 10 lines from the data frame. This you can see how it is done in notebook 2. There is 2.1. Okay, so you can check this in the notebook 2. Explore the data set and answer the following question about them. So how the missing data is handled and so on. So these are the questions which are listed here. Combine the data sets of both the notebooks. So you need to combine the data sets. You can see this combining of the data sets of pandas. You can see in notebook 4.4. Okay, how it is happening. Fine. Notebook 4.4 will help you. Also, you have using visualization techniques. So visualizations you can also see in notebook 4. Okay, simple visualization techniques. So that you can see. So, so this question to solve is you take the help from part 2 to part 5 from your studies, and the notebook from 2 to 4. Okay, will help you in this regards. Now moving ahead to question number 5 is again the same thing. You have a link where there is a CSV file of crime data. You can download that. What you get is the crime file. As you can see on the screen, this is a crime file, what you can download it, and again you need to look into it. Okay, so questions are listed here. Download this file, clicking on the link, save the file in the TMA folder, convert this set into a pandas data frame structure, and list 5 lines. Okay, so again same thing, you need to convert this. You can look into notebook 3.3, notebook 4. Okay, read function and convert into pandas data frame and how to read and so on. Okay, so you can solve these questions again from there. So download this one. Okay, somehow I have listed here like how it is imported, the pandas, and how you convert this file CSV into your data frame. Okay, and how you can display the data frame, and somehow I have done something over here, reading the file on 10 rows. Okay, uh, from the CSV file, displaying the 10 rows. Okay, so this is all is available in notebook 3 notebook 3, notebook 4. You can take the help from there, how to work with these questions in displaying, how to work with these CSV files and display their data. Okay, analyze them and give the answer to these questions. Okay, so these 5 questions what you have in your TMA. Hopefully this video will help you in solving the TMA, because I get the question. I was getting questions from the students like how to solve this TMA. We are facing some problems. I hope this video will make it very clear to you how you can solve this TMA. So I wish you all the best, and hopefully you will solve this perfectly, and you get good grades in this one. Thank you very much.